Hello everyone, we are gonna try something different today. So as you know, we have our water cobra living in this cage. This is the male, and this is an interesting snake because we have went through some very interesting feeding reaction with this guy. There we go. And let me explain you the process. In the meantime, I'll also try to put my fisheye camera in here as well to get some interesting view. Alright, so here's what has happened with this guy. This is a fish eater snake normally, and when they arrived to me they were only eating fish. Then I managed to make them switch to mice by just scenting the mice with some European anchovy flavor. So I had some European anchovy fish, which we call hamsi in Turkey, and I just flavored the mice with it and they took it, no problems. Then the animals switched to mice completely and rejected to eat fish, which is fine with me. I mean, they can survive with mice. It would be good if they got some fish oils, which I provide sometimes in the form of basically rubbing fish oil onto the mouse. But they plainly refuse eating fish because they like mice better. Anyway, this went on for almost a year, and then one day this guy wanted to shed, this male, and he started shedding. He shed pretty good. And then he stopped feeding. And I tried for weeks to feed him with fish, with mice, with chicks, and he plainly refused anything and everything. So what I did was I started to assist feed him with some fuzzies. That basically meant that I was pushing the fuzzy down his throat, and after a point, he would start eating by himself because the mouse would be halfway in already. So that was interesting, and it did work out. But the dilemma was that I could only do that with very small fuzzies, because if I tried to give him anything that was larger than a fuzzy, he would just plainly refuse it. And refuse meaning that he would start swallowing it, and in the middle he would just stop, which was quite interesting, and he would just, throw up. This was alright because I could assist feed him fuzzies, and that's food. But also the nutritional value of fuzzies are not as good as other things might have been. So what I did was, after a while actually assist feeding also stopped, because as you see it takes fuzzies voluntarily. But if I try to give him anything but fuzzies, anything larger than fuzzies, he would throw up. So now I ordered some red fuzzies, which is a variety in food, and I think they have more developed bones looking at them, and they're larger prey items. So what I'm trying to do is just shove a red fuzzy down his throat in the middle of him feeding on a mouse fuzzy, and see how he takes it, if he's gonna be able to swallow the whole thing, or if he's just gonna throw up like he does with a small mouse, small adult mouse. Alright, it's time for me to go in there and try to introduce the rat. He's still trying to get the mouse positioned properly. Alright, he did that, I think. Or almost, anyway. You see, even with a mouse fuzzy, he sometimes has issues swallowing it properly. Yeah, I don't know how much I was in the way, but I was looking from the side and I can easily see that, you know, he's trying to line up the fuzzy properly because the fuzzy is a little mispositioned and it's difficult for him to swallow. Again, these snakes are built to eat fish, so anything but fish is a challenge for them. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm introducing the rat like I introduce other fuzzy mouse to him, because otherwise he will just eat one and stop eating. This way his feeding response is still on, so he's swallowing back to back. I gotta be careful with that because I need to make sure that he took a bite, and he did. Alright, so let's see if this works out. And then I'm just gonna go in and start watching it. So I cut the legs of the fuzzy rat so that it's easier for him to swallow, and let's see if he will be able to do it. I don't see why he won't be able to, but again, it's really hard to explain because when he was eating small mice without any problems. And he was, you know, easily by himself swallowing small adult mice before he stopped. So I don't know why he got the gag reflex afterwards. And I don't know if it's gonna apply to this rat fuzzy as well. See that he is kind of picking up small piece of substrate which I don't want, so I took that out. Positioning the camera over there as well. So it's going well. No gag response. He's not pushing the rat back out, so that's good. Let's see if we are going to be successful with this, and maybe once he gets to eat these fuzzy rats, he'll go back to small mice without a problem. The female knows that I'm feeding, so she's looking at me like, hey, where's my food? Guys, I think this is a successful try. We have some food variation, and a large piece of food item is being swallowed by the snake right now, which is wonderful. And it gives me hope because that fuzzy is very close to hopper mouse size, so I can try the hoppers again afterwards. You know, fuzzy rats and mice, they are not properly developed animals, right? So they are missing a lot of important nutrients, especially the calcium that adult animals would have. Hence, we would want the animal to eat at some point proper adult animals. But I think this was quite successful. Our snake took down the fuzzy rat without a problem, and I think we're all good. The snakes usually do not refuse at this stage. All right, this is perfect. I am calling this a success story. We have seen him take down a nice fuzzy rat, and then next week I'll try again with a hopper mouse to see if he's gonna be able to stomach one of those. But this is great. It's all good and he seems happy, so perfect. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.